Hi there, welcome to another Parker Adams video walkthrough tour. I'm here today on the beautiful Hamble River and I'm on board a Marex 360, 2019 model, powered by twin Mercury 3 litre 270 horsepower diesels. Now, I have a new saying, love a Marex. I have to say these Marexes are fantastic boats. We've got two 310s that are, say, currently for sale. One's now under offer, and now this beautiful 360. Build quality on them I love. Innovation, lovely features, and they just feel like such a great quality boat. I'm excited to show you how this boat is different to the 310. It's got the same DNA, it's got the same awesome features, but it's that little bit bigger and it feels really substantial. Looking forward to showing you the rest of the boat. Now, it's a fairly blustery day down here on the Hamble, so hopefully you can hear me and there's not too much wind noise through the mic. What I'm hoping that you see from the view up there is that the Marexes have got a really, really distinctive shape. One of the things, they have a relatively blunt bow, and what that means is it maximises so much more space down below and just gives a real feeling of spaciousness throughout the boat. And also, it's really easy to walk around. So at this bow here, in fact, you have to be a little bit careful you don't fall in, but the bow area here, you've got a lovely vista out from the front here, and everywhere you look it's got this really, really high quality feel. Stainless steel anchor, stainless steel chain, little keep on there. If you look inside here, you've got huge amounts of storage space everywhere on these boats. So if you look down there, I always have chain envy whenever I see a nice stainless steel chain down there. So you've got a great amount of storage space on that side, and also a large amount of storage space on the other side. So it's great for fenders, and it just makes it really practical that when you're going out, you put your fenders into this area here. You don't need to clutter up the rest of the cockpit space. Up here you've got a large sun pad area. It's covered up to protect it from the wind and rain, which is kind of ironic when it's a sun pad, but a good cover on there nonetheless. And you can see that the teak is all in really, really nice condition. It's clearly been treated. It's not been stained, but it's been treated, I would guess, with the honey-coloured Semco, and it feels really, really fresh. In terms of the top, you've got two opening sun roofs. They're both inside, I'll show you those in a second. But between the two sunroofs, you've actually got 4 solar panels. Now, you might be able to tell this boat is a mid-river mooring. That's where I keep my boat as well. I'm always envious of a bit of solar power, because that just means that the engines are topped up, the batteries are topped up all the time, which makes it really, really nice. So when the owner comes back to a boat that's mid-river, she's ready to go. The side decks are really wide. You can probably see I'm walking along with absolute ease. Love the fact that there isn't actually anything to catch your fingers, which are feet even. Well, words are going around today. It's boat show time. I'm a bit tired. So your feet work really, really nicely along here. You've got good handrails all the way along, and you've got lighting which is located all the way along. So again, at night this boat would look fantastic all lit up. That window is quite funky, and I'll show you how that opens as well. And as you walk your way back, you've got good handholds all the way down. Inside this bit is really functional because that hides the covers. The covers can roll around into there, and again, I'll show you inside those a little bit later. But just little touches as you go down, you go around the side, there's a grab handle exactly where you'd hope it would be to save you falling in. Step down onto the bathing platform. The bathing platform is really big. The 310 is a brilliant boat, but I have to say this one just gives you that little bit more pretty much everywhere. I mean, bathing platform is a prime example where you could comfortably fit something like a Hurley-Davitt system on the back here and have quite a substantial tender on a 36-foot boat. Storage-wise is fantastic. You've got these great big storage lockers in here. So if I take that, then Nick can come on and try not to fall over. So storage lockers all inside here, extra ropes, there's a gas bottle in on that side. And then on the other side, you've got another storage locker, which again has just got loads and loads of space and all drainable in there as well. So it just feels amazingly good quality, and just everything's been thought through. But when you step on board, this is what really surprises me, because this feels much more like a 40-foot boat, not a 36-foot boat. I'm going to turn off the VHF, which is beeping and making funny noises here. There we go, that's off now. See, so in terms of spaciousness, it just feels really, really big. Again, thinking about different boats that we go on, Fairline Targa 40s, Targa 44s, actually the way that the cockpit space is, this is really, really long. So it really is a good, well-designed boat for outdoor living. But of course, being enclosed like this means that during the winter, there's heating vents in the top here, which make this a really nice space to be during the winter. As well as in the summer, all you need to do is just twist these catches here, and open the roof up. So the roof opens to there. It's all totally manual, which actually I think is really easy, so there's no motors to go wrong. You pull that across, do the same on the other side, and this now becomes pretty much like an open sports boat. Inside here, this is Marex's little party trick. So all of the covers unzip in the middle and then fold round and concertina into there, which is just a great feature. So it means if the weather suddenly gets horrible, you don't have to bring your covers up from down below or constantly roll them up all the time. They all disappear and just keeps the beautiful lines of the Marex set. Obviously, it does the same on both sides. Space around here is really nice, and I love the fact it almost creates a full O shape. I talk a lot about L-shape, shaped seating. This one is pretty much an O-shaped. So if you open that table up here, you can probably get 9-10 people around there. It really is a very, very social space, and clearly been thought about the bottles of wine that can be stored in the table there as well, which is really nice. Colour-wise, so the upholstery is all Alcantara. It's this light brown colour, and actually it makes it look very, very smart against the colours of the covers there as well. The teak is all really, really thick, which is just goes a testament to the Marex quality. So this teak, to be fair, you could give it a little bit of a clean, but you've got so much depth in here. You've got a lot of space to work with. Let's have a look, see what's under here. So lift that up there, small storage locker inside there. So it's quite nice, just in terms of not too much space there, probably put ropes, fenders, anything like that in there. Or what's quite nice about this design as well is you've sort of got an upside down living space up here, because this cockpit doubles up as a galley. So you've got an oven down here, you've got a, I nearly said 3 burner gas hob, you've got a large sink, hot and cold running water. And then on this side, you've got more work surface. But what you can do is you can lift this up. I should have practiced this before. There you go. It's on a gas strut. You just lift that up. I'm just going to close that fridge up there. Should have practiced this, shouldn't I? There we go. Close that up. Lift that into place. That clicks in. And now you have a full galley wraparound space. And I think that's an amazing use of space there. In terms of the fridges, look at this. You have a massive isotherm fridge in there. And then on this side, freezer. Look how big that is for a freezer on board a boat. Remember, 36-foot boat, it's got a bigger freezer compartment than most 50-foot flybridges. So it's really, really nice to see that practical things like that have been thought through. But work surface, well, that's amazing. You can prep any sort of meal you want to on there. So it makes this upside down living space really, really work. Now, I'm not quite sure how this goes down. Okay, little catch. There you go, little catch. Pop it down and it's gone. Storage space all the way down here, but there's another fridge. This was spec from new. Open this up, and this, of course, is a beer cooler. Everyone needs a beer cooler. So that's a lovely fridge space. So in terms of practicality, I don't think there's a better boat I've been on for having so much practical storage space. As we naturally work our way up here, cup holders here, chart space here, and then comfortable living here, 2 people to sit here when you're going along at sea in just complete comfort. It's the sort of boat that I'd say if the weather gets really inclement, you're really protected in here. Now, I've not taken one of these out in a rough sea, so I can't say how well they perform. But to be honest, this style of boat, the way the hull shape is, when I took the 310 out in Poole Bay, albeit it was very flat, we went over a few ferry wakes and it just had that very safe, assured feeling to it. I don't think this will be any different. In fact, it'll be even better. So it's something I've just noticed, I didn't realise that. It's got centre access to the front. That's quite cool. So you can go round the sides, but actually if you didn't want to go around the back, you've got steps here and you've got an opening window at the front there, so you can just go straight out there as well. That makes it very, very easy if you're doing ropes and fenders without precariously going around the side. That's a nice little feature. Didn't see that until then. The helm position, as you'd imagine, is lovely, and I like the fact that it is ergonomically designed to point towards you. So you have a flat area here, this area here points slightly towards you. Twin Simrad 12-inch screens, and it feels very much like a driver's boat. I'm going to draw your attention now to this throttle set. So this throttle set looks a little bit different than what you might expect, because you might be thinking it have the Volvo EDC controls. It doesn't. It's got these Mercury engines. Now, I've had the pleasure of going out on these Mercury TDI engines. They're based on the VW Touareg. It's a 3-litre car engine, marinized, and they are so smooth, so quiet, so punchy. Just last week we went out in a Sunseeker Hawk 31 that's been completely refitted and got a new set of these engines in it, and they're so boosty, so powerful. So it's actually really nice to see a different option. We all love Volvo Pentas, they're the default, they go into just about everything, but they can be a bit agricultural. These are much, much smoother, and you have a joystick. So you've got a joystick here which also includes skyhook. For those of you that don't know, skyhook is that ability where you're out here, you're short-handed, you're on your own, you press skyhook, the boat stays exactly where you left it. If you're on your own, you can now go out, do your fenders, do your ropes, come back, turn skyhook off and carry on, and the boat will only have moved probably less than a metre within its space. It's a really, really nice feature to have. The throttle set is also lovely. I'm used to seeing these on Axopars, but it's chunky. It's got a nice tactile feel to it. And it has my favourite upgrade on boats, the zip wakes. So the zip wake interceptor system gets rid of the traditional big, large trim tabs. A single blade on each side goes into the water, and the resistance that that single blade going at 90 degrees creates is hugely more powerful than those big old-fashioned trim tabs that go up and down very slowly. So it can put that on full auto mode or just control it just to twist left, right, or bring the bow down. Very, very controllable. So everything is really cool. Everything's nice and easy to hand. You've got a Fusion RA70N that connects into the Simrad. You've got all the dials, they're all the Mercury dials. Bow thruster controls, it's this little boat one, so you just twist the boat, goes in and out. VHF up there, and it just feels very, very functional. Look at that, you've even got a little armrest, got a little padded armrest there. So it's a really, really nice place to be. Something else I really like, isolators. It's a bugbear of mine. Isolators seem to be on boats, they get hidden. God knows where you can find them. Sometimes I spend 10 minutes looking for isolators on boats. Look where they are, right there under the helm. Two engines, one house, simple. Turn them on and off, leave the boat. So simple. Why more manufacturers don't put them in sensible places? So it's really cool. It's just a nice helm that points towards you. Right, window-wise, I mentioned that earlier. That's the last thing I'll point out in the helm position. If you twist that down, push it out and slide it along. How simple is that? Now you've got a fully opening window, communicate with your team, close it up, roll it together, done. Marexes are just simple. They do everything so well, so simply, but with that real quality feel. I love the Marex. Saying it again. Right, let's go down. I'm keeping my shoes on because it's hardwood throughout, so let's go down and have a look. Little touches I really like. So as you go down, you can see it's Alcantara, which is all the way down there, so the lining's all presented beautifully. 2019 boat, feels like it's new. It's obviously 6 years old, but the finish on here does feel exceptional. I'm going to grab the camera and show you in this cabin first. The down below space is dominated by windows, and that's really cool. You can see our Highfield 700 demo boat through there. So the windows have a great vista outside, a huge amount of standing space here to get changed, a seat there, and then underneath here you've got a huge double bed. Nice lighting throughout, and it goes all the way to the other side where you've got another window. So it's pretty much a full midships full width cabin. Now you can't walk over there, but in the waking up in the morning, looking out of your feet, you know, see the view behind you. So you just look down here, and again, you've got these windows all the way down here, more windows on the top, mirrored on that side. It's a really, really cool middle cabin. And of course, the thing that's nice about the midships cabin is you don't get the lapping from the hull. So this would be a very, very peaceful place to sleep, even if you're spending the night on anchor or on a mid-river mooring. Let's go across to the heads. The heads, as you'd imagine, beautifully appointed, all cut in, Corian work surfaces, and that's all designed in there. More cupboard space at the top, LED lighting throughout, proper shower, so the shower door comes across, little soap dispenser there, that's quite cool. And again, dominated by windows. You can probably want to close the curtains on those, but for the more voyeuristic, you could leave them open. And let's go around here. You've got here little step lights, and then into the master cabin. That is the master cabin. Again, more windows all the way through. The skylight up at the top, that's obviously got the sun pad cushions on, so you can't see too much there. Television screen up at the top, large hanging space on that side, large hanging space on this side as well. Drawers, large heating vent, and just everything presented really, really beautifully. The lights at the back, so they're little courtesy lights, and they also have USB sockets inside them as well, and a big mirror there. So it just has that really lovely feel. I've just noticed as well, there's a little opening porthole there as well. So in the hull, you've got an opening porthole window, which is quite cool. It's up the other way than you might think it would be. And of course, LED lighting throughout here. So it feels very, very special. Feels a lovely sumptuous feel to it. So as I said before, these Marexes, we haven't sold many of them. We've just got one under offer at the moment, but we only started looking at the brand about 2 months ago, and I really am blown away by it. One last thing I want to show you is just in the engine bay, so I'll show you what those Mercuries look like. It's a little bit different than the usual green monsters you have down there. So I'll show you the engine bay now, and then we'll come back for my final thoughts. Okay, so jump down into the engine bay. Little things I like. It's nice to have an electrically operated hatch, but of course it always worries me what happens if it goes wrong. Marexes don't do that, just proper hydraulics, lift up hatches there, lift it up, we just did it one-handed, up it comes, move the table into position, and you've got great access. Now this boat has plenty of space to fit a generator on it if you wanted to. This one doesn't have one at the moment, but if I just show you around in here, battery charger on the wall, solar charge controller, obviously fire safety systems, smart chargers, beautifully trunked battery system, diesel filter, so nice to see the diesel filters on each side there. Look at that, little fishing rod holders tucked into there. Look how much space you've got. Everywhere you look, you've got space, but the quality shines through. Everything is trunked beautifully, all the seacocks are beautifully labelled, and then here you have these 3-litre Mercury diesels. As I mentioned, they are the VW lump, and they are just very, very good, solid white engines. Slightly different than the usual green. If you look behind there, you can't see too much, but you've got the transom shields and the stern drives behind there, and they look absolutely pristine. 6 years old, but these engines look like they've only just been installed. Really, really nice. Actually, another thing I just noticed, it's quite useful, plug sockets. 2 plug sockets in there, so during the winter months, if you want to plug a heater into there, that's quite an easy, nice place to do it. So, huge amount of engine bay space. You put bikes, paddle boards, anything you like down here, and of course there is space for a generator if someone wanted to add one. I'll come back up now, give you my final thoughts. I'm in lounging mode now. So I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough tour. Love a Marex. They are such great quality boats. The 2 310s we've been on, I fell in love with the moment I went on them, and this 360 just elevates it to that next level. Everything about the boat feels quality. This particular one is a fantastic example. The owner has really, really cared for it, and I love some of the options it's got, such as the solar power, the really, really clever use of the fridges, lots of onboard living space, and they're just hugely practical. In fact, I just looked under here. Talking about practicality and storage space, I just noticed I think there's more storage under there. I don't know what's under here. Going a little magical tour. I think it's locked. It's locked. I can't show you in there. I think there's a big storage locker in there. So very, very practical space throughout. And this boat has got fitted with so many nice cool extras. You've got the joystick control, the extra fridges, dual 12-inch screens, and it's just a beautiful example of this boat. So if you want to come and see it, come and see us. We'll drop you down here to see the boat. So we've got launches that are in the river. So come down to our office at Hamble Point, grab a coffee, we'll have a chat about what your requirements are, and come and show you this boat. It really is a beautiful example of the 360, and one that we're really proud to have on the market. So thanks as always for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you got this far, and we will see you on the next video, which might be another Marex, very, very soon. Many thanks.